The gunshots?
Yeah.
Clear the doorway!
Some breaking news, because we are getting reports that there are suspected gunshots within the building. Let's take you there now live.
It started as a glitzy and well-known night on the DC calendar for journalists, but it quickly turned to panic, with guests hiding under tables, armed security and rushed evacuations. Here's what it was like to be in the room as the mayhem unfolded. Washington, Saturday the 25th of April 2026. It was the annual Correspondents Dinner, where journalists who cover the White House are invited to a gala in the Washington Hilton Ballroom alongside political figures and often celebrities. It is an American press tradition that dates back to 1921 and historically is attended by the sitting president. But this was the first Correspondents Dinner that Mr. Trump has attended as president. He's previously declined 5 invitations. His prior boycotts of the dinners have been seen as part of his attacks on the mainstream media and journalists. President Trump, the First Lady Melania Trump, Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt, the Vice President J.D. Vance and others were all on the table on the main stage.
Donald J. Trump and First Lady Melania Trump.
These are videos that me and other colleagues filmed on our phones throughout the night. It was about 8:30 p.m. at this point. So far, we'd seen the official entrance from the president, heard the national anthem, and a speech from the chair of the Correspondents Association, and eaten our salads, when suddenly chaos erupted. I heard a crashing sound, a commotion coming from the back of the room, and I turned and looked. I saw Secret Service agents rushing towards the stage. Everyone's instinct was to crouch down. There were about 300 tables in that room, and most people I could see were on the ground or under the tables. We didn't know what had caused it, but colleagues at a table closer to the back heard gunshots before the pandemonium broke out.
Yeah, it was gunshots right up there.
The gunshots?
Yeah.
I was shocked when I saw that sound of crashing and people rushing in from the front of the room. It had a kind of domino effect on everyone there. Although quite quickly, as we were down, it did feel like the room was secured and that the agents had things contained. The next time I looked up at the stage, Mr. Trump and everyone at his table had been evacuated. We've now seen videos from those moments which seem to show Melania saying, "Oh my God," and Caroline Leavitt asking what had happened. Then we see J.D. Vance and Donald Trump being rushed off stage by the Secret Service. Cabinet members like the Health Secretary, Robert F. Kennedy Jr., and the Defense Secretary, Pete Hegseth, were also guided out.
I'll film it.
Yeah, you film it. I got my phone out at this point and recorded some video, but at this point we didn't know that much. Well, we've just seen the entire stage at the Correspondents' Dinner being evacuated. The president was there. Everyone here, you can see, is under the tables at the moment. We saw security forces rush in. Security forces armed with guns were now... people shouting now USA. When it felt safe, people did slowly start to come out from under the tables, stand up, and as you can imagine, with a room full of reporters, lots of people were trying to get enough phone signal to talk to their news desks, to upload footage, or to get on air. Along with my boss, I managed to get out of the ballroom before it was locked down. We were then waiting in the corridor outside. Well, we've just left the main ballroom area, and a lot of commotion, a lot of fear, a lot of panic in the room. Now I've just come out and spoken to one of the what appeared to be the hotel staff said that there were gunshots. Next, President Trump was posting on social media saying he wanted the show to go on. By this point, we were being ushered out towards an exit. I saw a lot of people being escorted out as we left as well, and I spotted the FBI director, Kash Patel, along with Erica Kirk. She's the widow of the conservative activist Charlie Kirk, who was assassinated last year. He was consoling her. I saw a lot of that kind of thing. The mood was shock and a sense among the journalists of having to switch from experiencing what was going on to covering it. The president, meanwhile, was motorcaded back to the White House, where he'd wanted to hold a press conference. And that was packed full of reporters. Many of them, you can see, still in their black tie, waiting to hear more about what they'd just witnessed.
A man charged a security checkpoint armed with multiple weapons. and he was taken down by some very brave members of Secret Service, and they acted very quickly. I heard a noise and sort of thought it was a tray. I thought it was a tray going down. You know, I've heard that many times, and it was a pretty loud noise. And it was from quite far away. He hadn't reached the area at all. They really got him. But so it was quite far away, but it was a gun. The man has been captured. They're going to his apartment. I guess he lives in California. And he's a sick person, a very sick person.
The suspect was named as 31-year-old Cole Thomas Allen from California. The gunman was said to have shot a Secret Service agent. He stormed past one of the metal detectors in the hotel, the floor above the ballroom. Officials said he had a handgun, a shotgun, and multiple knives. The federal agent who was hit was said to be saved by his body armor. Now, Donald Trump has said that the Secret Service did an excellent job in protecting him and other officials. But lots of questions are being raised about how a gunman could get as close as he did to the president once again. First, there was the assassination attempt in Butler, Pennsylvania in the summer of 2024, in which a bullet clipped his ear. 2 months later, Mr. Trump was rushed to safety when a gunman was spotted hiding in the bushes a hole away. This time, all the roads had been closed around the Hilton for hours before the dinner, but security at the venue itself was clearly pretty porous. Only a ticket was needed to pass the scanners. We didn't have to show ID, and bags were only checked by hand. The suspected gunman was registered as a guest at the hotel, raising more questions about securing big events attended by the president. The theme of the night was the First Amendment, marking the value of reporting and journalism in a world where it feels increasingly under threat, and amid a big standoff between a president of the United States and the media. Now, we all thought that would be the story of the night, Donald Trump's speech and the response to it. Instead, we all became the story.